sometimes you just want to move things with your mind. Fantastic. My name is Curtis. Morning, everybody. And this is Burke. Good boy? Yeah. So, a million years ago, I decided, of course, that I want to animate. I want to make things move, without building robots and whatnot. I mean, of course, every kid wants to build a robot that does the things that it wants to do. I realized at a certain point, all of this cardboard and masking tape just isn't going to do it. So there has to be a better way. High five. Yes. So whatever. I went to animation school. I learned stuff. But before animation school, I played with my toys. And now whenever I buy a toy, I honestly will sit there for the longest time and just keep moving it and looking at all the different possible poses it could be in. I've literally got a bin full of toys down here that I keep thinking, I should definitely stop motion those. And then I kind of just never get around to it. I'll sit there and just be like, such great poses, but I need some sort of harness to hold them up to do it properly. But for the most part, I really, as far as my stop motions go, it's usually kind of quick and dirty. I use an app, or I used to use Vine for the longest time. Those are fairly sloppy, but it is pretty great. Before we go any further, Ripley, hey, so follow me on Instagram, but dig through the annals of Instagram and see if you can find some of the stop motions, so that when I point and say throw that up, you cut to it. All right, cool, excellent. We're all on the same page? Great. Sometimes it's something as simple as, let's make some Legos do some stuff. Ripley, show that. Or sometimes I'm just like, hey, I've got a pile of keys. Let's make these keys move. So I did, more than once actually. I did a bunch of those. I usually do a few, and like I said, they're usually kind of quick and nothing, but they're the closest thing to I can make you move with my mind. It's my imagination, but it's still kind of, it's kind of my mind. One day, this lady at the college that I used to work at for a little while, teaching some animation storytelling type stuff, she was like, hey, can you come back in and talk to my students about like stop motion and stuff? Like, sure, no big deal. I assumed, we all know what happens when you do that, that it was going to be like animation students, and I didn't realize till like maybe when I got there that they were art fundamental students, so that's like the people before they get to animation. And then also, there's like level design or some like 3D people in here, so they don't even care about they're kind of being forced to, like, excellent. I brought a Ninja Turtle, and I was hoping to like demonstrate with him, and we could like gather around, because there'd be like 8 of you, but now there's like 28. So all right, here we go. And I'm like sitting there with this thing. I was like, here's what I do, guys. You've probably already done this. Like, this is insane that, if any of you, like, show of hands or whatever, like, you've done stop motion. Everybody just does stop motion. Why don't you just do stop motion? I feel like it's stupid for me to even get up here and explain, here's how stop motion works. Just do it. Like, just do it. Just start doing it. Take the pictures, and then you've done it. I mean, don't kids just do stop motion by accident now? Don't every toy and like Lego set now come with an app that helps you make Lego stop motion? Like, I think that's a thing now. I'm pretty sure I've downloaded it, and it is in fact a thing. So, art students? Question mark? How about you guys? And I think, like, I don't know, this many? Like 2 or 3 were like, yeah, of course we've done some. It's fun, like. And I'm like, on Vine, like, you guys don't just do it on Vine. It already has, like, you can see the frame before, so it kind of helps out. So there you go. That's stop motion. Goodbye, everybody. Sorry to have wasted your time. And again, of course, realizing like, how much do you guys know about animation itself? Like, do you know anything about animation? Have you heard about animation? What do you know? And they were kind of like, we don't. That's next year. But I don't know. I was already making flip books and any kind of computer program that allowed me to do more than one frame. I would even actually make cartoons out of. And I thought in my head, like, if I could get my hands on a video camera, I could do it this way. But I would draw something and try to draw it sequentially so that if I kept hitting undo and it had like, it was a paint program and suddenly it had like multiple undos, so I could do like, let's say 12 frames. I just hold down Control Z and I play this reverse animation, and then I could redo, and it would, and as long as I timed it right, yeah, I was starved for animation. Some people, they just desperately want to make things move. So again, playing with my toys is a weird thing because I sit there and I pose them and I think about how they would be doing a thing. So with all these students standing there asking, so what do we do now? Like, all right, well, first things first, I guess. The secret to all of animation is timing. I mean, people will tell you 1,000 other things like posing is and this is the other and blah 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 bling 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 blah. Yeah. There's a ton. Like there's a ton of schools of thought and ways to do things and all kinds of stuff. But basically, it comes down to really one thing. I want to say one thing. There's a bunch more, and 1,000 animators are hating me as soon as I say this. But, again, like the squash and stretch, all the principles, but the basics, before you guys get to all of that, is just this. You want to, like, kind of ease in, do something kind of fast, and then ease out. And ideally, a little settle. Ooh, what does that mean? It means I'm going to have to draw a bit of a timing chart on the board over here. And then I did. So here's one here. And I'm going to tell you, I don't remember how. I still don't. As I'm doing this, I'm going to have to look this up before I put it here and then re-edit this somehow so that I make sense. So you want your timing to be like this, kids, I'd say, even though they were probably all 20 or older. And I think I used my arm, and I was like, so my arm is down here. Good boy. And so, what? No, it's not. All right, fine. Here you go. You earned that. So my arm is up here, let's say, and I want it to end down here. So here's how everything works. We're not highlighting anything. That's cool. Don't worry about it. Are you going to try and high five this? Yes. You're too smart. All right, lay down. All right, so you go from up here and you go down here. So you want to ease into it so it's like 1 frame, 2 frame. They're very close together. And then one that's way down here, and then ease out. Let's do this with some animation. Basically, I just want them to know you don't do things evenly and robotically and wrong. You liven it up with the illusion of life, persistence of vision, etc. You ease in by 2 frames, you whip across kind of fast, and then you ease out, because that's how life works. Yeah, something as simple as a wave. See, in between, my hand is like here for like half a second, and it's way over here and way over here for a little bit longer, because it's like got the pullback and whatever. So that's basically it. Like, everything can just be a whoop, 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 which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then usually 6, 7, a little overshoot it, and then back a little, because that's how everything goes. Nothing kind of stops where it is. And it's impossible to show how animation timing works with a dog around. And we're back. So apparently I can't wave my arms around in the same way that I would to instigate a high five without the dog demanding a high five and a treat that goes with that. So he knocked over the camera. And yeah, I've got one left. Sit up. After I show the students kind of how timing works and just a very basic thing, not to overload them with a bunch of madness and machinations, I told them about The Wizard of Speed and Time, a movie that 1,000,000 years ago kind of super changed my life. It's about this guy, and it's actually kind of a true story. He had a job to do some like a stop motion like short for this thing, and then they were like, well, if you don't get it here by like tonight, then nothing. You're not getting paid. Nothing matters. Like, I can't afford to what? okay, so then he kind of made the movie about trying to do that thing, and then that thing is actually within the movie. But it's all about how he's the wizard of speed and time, and he makes things move. And sometimes it kind of exists out of reality of the real world, and sometimes it's him actually animating things, and it's just, again, it's everything like I relate to on 1,000 different levels. Can't find it. I watched it back when I would rent it at the video store on a VHS cased tape, and whatever, that's not a thing anymore. On YouTube, though, somebody has, or at least last time I watched it, uploaded it in 10-minute chunks. So go find that and see if it affects you. My toys is a whole other thing. Eventually, I lived in a world where, like nephews and nieces would come to your house, and I've got like a few Batmans and Ninja Turtles, like all kinds of things with just really good joints in them to animate with. And there you go. And kids want to play with those ones. The ones they can't reach, please get that for me. No, lay down. You're done. Stay. Please get that for me. Like, no. And then I gave in because it's like, you know what? Who cares? So they play with the toys, and eventually those toys joints become all out of whack and no good anymore. Perhaps I could have saved those and took them to my friend Travis, who like customizes toys all over the place. You can follow him on Instagram at Pickle Monkey, Pickle MUNK, let's say EY, and he's got all these, just everything from aliens to military type guys, and all kinds of just super fun stuff. So I probably could have taken him over at some point and said, please, Travis, make him work again. And Travis probably could have said, yeah, no problem. I just got to put something or else in there, and then he's all good to go. I don't know what these toy customizers do, but they always look better. I know like they add extra paint jobs and usually make them more functional in some ways. Got some of those new, very tall and articulated Star Wars characters, and they look fantastic. So yeah, go check those out and watch that. And meanwhile, in my living room land, this dog is all over the place. I'm going to take this dog to stay with his mom for a few hours, and I'm going to go play with this this Batman figure here. He's got all kinds of crazy joints and whatnot, and we'll see what it's like to play with Batman. And we're back. This dog really wants some attention right now, and it's all my fault for instigating the act of sitting with treats, because that just doesn't work. So we're going to go for a walk probably, and everyone else, if you go for a walk, be good, be careful, don't stab anybody, don't get stabbed, and for the love of all that is fun and legal. Morning, everybody. Have you ever wanted a sketch from me, but were afraid to ask? Sure, we all are. You can just click on, for an incredibly reasonable-ish fee of $50. I'll do a nice sketch on paper and then send it to you in the real live mail, and then you can put it on your wall. Fantastic. That way you get a sketch, and you don't have to do that turtle test from the 80s. In the mail! Hey, click on my butt or Ripley's butt to subscribe. Click on my butt. Click on my butt. Click on my butt.